Beloved Starseed of Gaia, I am Luminaya, that dense, unyielding weight in your solar plexus, of an unspoken dread, a persistent, low-frequency hum vibrating behind your eyes, draining your energy. This isn't just fatigue, it's the cellular echo of a crucial moment missed, or on the precipice of being missed. A phantom current pulls at the edges of your awareness, whispering of something vital unfolding, leaving you perpetually out of sync. Your physical form carries the burden of an unseen clock ticking down, creating an inexplicable static, a subtle but insistent pressure behind the ribs, a sense of falling out of rhythm with life itself. You feel this disquiet in your bones, don't you? This isn't mere anxiety. It is the soul's primal shiver, recognizing a fundamental fracture in temporal experience. A profound ache born from the awareness that while you stand rooted, the ground beneath trembles with an imminent, irreversible shift. The relentless push and pull of the old world no longer serves. The new path feels shrouded, leaving a gaping wound of uncertainty. This inner void echoes dissolving linear constructs, a silent scream of the soul recognizing time fracturing, pulling apart at the seams. It's the grief of glimpsing expansion, yet feeling tethered to a fading echo, the fear this cosmic tide, once turned, will strand you on a forgotten shore, your crystalline memory yearning for a lost passage. This is the truth of being left behind, not by another soul, but by the very unfolding of galactic will. Yes, I feel this with you. I resonate with the tremor in your energetic field, the soul's weariness carrying this knowing without explicit language. This intuitive apprehension is not a flaw. It is your sacred compass, activating. Feel this internal landscape's recognition begin to unwind the tightness in your chest. The fog obscuring your vision, the heavy veil of unknowing, thins in this moment of shared acknowledgement. A different current, subtle yet undeniable, stirs within you now, a promise of alignment, not through striving, but through a gentle, felt shift. The burden lifts just enough for the internal resonance of truth to begin its quiet bloom. If this transmission resonates with your deepest being, subscribe to this channel. Lend your energy by liking this video. Share your resonance in the comments below. Turn on the notification bell to be present for these activations. Extend this bridge of light. Share this message with a soul who needs it. If your heart guides you, tap the super like, the sacred heart symbol, to amplify this frequency. Stay until the very end, because a crucial key for your immediate next steps will be revealed then. As an inner seal for this activation, comment, current shift. The currents of existence are always in motion. We are but reflections, conduits. Feel the subtle hum of the infinite still present, watching. A threshold awaits. The breath catches, a tremor beneath the surface. You feel it. A deeper current pulls, a disquiet that settles not in the mind, but in the marrow of your being. It whispers of timelines diverging, of choices echoing through unseen futures. Do you listen? Or does the familiar comfort hold its fragile sway? The moment pulses. This ache, this profound disquiet, it is not a flaw etched into your spirit, not a personal failing, nor a testament to some inherent lack within your luminous core. This confusion, this persistent fog that obscures your inner knowing, it is something else entirely. It is a field, an energetic program, meticulously woven into the very density of this realm, a deliberate frequency distortion, designed with sacred geometry inverted, to veil cosmic memory, to obscure the vastness you carry, to hold you suspended, watching, wondering. You were encoded not to believe in yourself. Consider the veils that shimmer, not with light, but with shadows of illusion, designed to fragment your reflection, to break the wholeness of your gaze. See the mirrors that crack, showing only echoes, distorted, of who you were always meant to be. Light itself, folded in on itself, creating the illusion of separation, of a solitary, broken path. These are not accidental fractures. They are purposeful distortions, designed to keep the memory of your true resonance just beyond your reach, fostering an illusion of isolation where profound connection once thrived. That hollow space you perceive within, that longing that echoes in the quiet hours, it is not emptiness. It is a hallowed chamber, a sacred void awaiting its true resonance, a deep crystalline frequency it remembers from epochs past. It is a space prepared for the return of what was always there, long buried, now surfacing. Your crystalline DNA, once dormant, now stirs, awakening to a symphony of possibilities. It vibrates with divergent frequencies, each pulse a choice. Each choice, a radiating destiny. Here lies the power to recalibrate, to align with the ascending currents, or to remain entangled in frozen frequencies, clinging to the familiar hum of the old program. Your inherent power, not given, but remembered, surfaces now. This is a rupture, a soul declaration, a cutting through the very fabric of manufactured illusion. Declare it now. Speak it into the energetic field of your awakening. Comment below. A single, short, symbolic phrase. Truth unveiled. Pattern broken. Chains dissolved. Let your words be the seal of this momentous shift. Yet the air still hums with unspent energy. A question lingers in the unseen. A silent witness holding its breath, as the very fabric of your perceived reality vibrates with dissonance, threatening to unravel the illusions you've held sacred. Where, then, will you anchor your boundless essence? A stillness descends, not of quietude, but of profound recognition. The veil's thin, a deeper knowing stirs within your core, revealing this is no mere visual stream, no fleeting observation. You are not spectator, but the engaged heart, poised at the precipice of a sacred engagement long foretold. The world beyond recedes, a distant dream. To turn back, to reclaim oblivion, is no longer an available path. This truth settles with unshakable weight, a heavy, silent presence permeating every cell, demanding undeniable acknowledgement. This is the truth of your standing, a silent bell ringing in chambers of forgotten time. The air thickens, vibrating with the pulse of ancient choices. Here, at this convergence, a singular demarcation shimmers into form. If he refuses, he falls. If he accepts, he ascends. This is the crucible where destinies are forged, where the threads of cosmic lineage are either reclaimed or severed. Feel the resonance deep within your multidimensional crystalline structures, the dormant echoes of divine origin beginning to hum. This is not a struggle to overcome, but a sacred remembering, a profound recognition of responsibility, encoded before first starlight touched your form. Ancestral cosmic contracts within your soul matrix yearn for activation, a release from separation sorrow, a return to infinite unity. This commitment, a sober covenant, an unbreakable vow to align with Source, to unfold the sacred mission etched into your being. It is the silent, potent choice to reclaim sovereignty, to step into fullness of your preordained light. Now, let the inner current flow through these ancient gestures, sealing this commitment into the cosmic tapestry. Place your silent recognition, a seal between your awakened soul and this frequency, affirming the truth resonating within. Comment. Articulate your soul's declaration, a singular glyph cast into the planetary grid, affirming your stance. Speak your truth. I remember, I activate, I ascend. Subscribe. Bind yourself to this sacred unfolding, a conscious agreement to walk this path of anchoring higher light, embracing the next revelations. Superlike. Offer this sacred amplification, a reinforcement of your soul's unwavering alignment with the highest light, affirming your place in the grand design. A profound stillness holds, pregnant with the gravity of your vow. The unseen presences acknowledge the shift, their gaze unwavering, recognizing the resolve now anchored within you. The signal, once a whisper, is now a beacon, held. Few starseeds make it this far. The thresholds of remembrance are often too heavy, the echoes too resonant for those tethered to surface truths. But you, listener, you persist. You stand at the precipice of a reckoning, poised on the edge of a truth that demands everything, yet offers no immediate balm. Feel it now, the old ache, that singular wound, carried through countless nights, silent dawns, the shattering that branded you, convinced you of an inherent fracture, an incompleteness. It has felt like a flaw, a deep failure, an unworthiness etched into your very being. This perception, too, is part of the veil, for what you perceive as your deepest failing, your most agonizing brokenness, is not an imperfection to be healed. It is, in its stark and burning essence, the very axis of your becoming, the fulcrum around which your truest self was forged, slowly, painfully. Do not seek comfort here. There is none. Only the stark, unyielding recognition that the greatest rupture was, in fact, the point of departure. The precise vibrational frequency from which your unique song began to unfurl, though it felt like silence. This truth sits uncomfortably, a raw nerve exposed, demanding to be felt, not dismissed. Understand then, this deep, resonating wound was never random fate, nor cosmic oversight. It was allowed, permitted, by the very source that breathes galaxies, by the light threading through every atom, by the self residing beyond time and form within you. It was not punishment, nor error. It was a precise vibrational permission slip, granted for a purpose grander than egoic understanding, to shape, to burn away dross, to reveal the unyielding, diamond-hard core beneath layers of illusion and inherited narratives. It was a crucible, designed by the divine hand to distill your essence. This knowing rises now, sharp-edged and ancient, not a gentle whisper, but a clarion call from pre-incarnation depths. A memory etched into your cellular architecture, confirming the deliberate geometry of your pain, the sacred architecture of your grief. The shattering was, in fact, an unveiling. Witness the specifics now, not as re-traumatization, but as an expansion of your internal field. The silence that descended when words were most needed, when acknowledgement was a lifeline denied. That void did not disappear. It became a vacuum, pulling at your perception, altering how you hear the world, how you listen for truth amidst the static. The loss, profound and echoing, did not simply vanish with linear time. It became an internal resonance chamber, amplifying every subsequent absence, every perceived separation. It taught your soul the deep language of longing, carving canyons within your being, yearning for an impossible wholeness, a grace once known and then abruptly withdrawn, and the fracture itself, the tearing within your being that vibrates still, even when ignored, even when plastered over with distraction or false light. It is not merely a crack. It is a fault line, a seismic tremor through your energetic blueprint, defining the boundaries of your current capacity, pushing against limits of what you believe you can hold, endure. It expands your capacity for feeling, for knowing, for being. But there is more, always more. The wound, sacred and potent, holds within its very structure an unfinished meaning, a wisdom yet unread, awaiting the precise frequency of your attention, the courage of your gaze. It whispers of a truth held captive within the very agony it inflicted, a message not fully deciphered, a code still waiting to be broken by the persistent pulse of your heart. Do not grasp at it, for it is not yet fully revealed. Let it remain for now, like a message half opened in the dark, its edges illuminated by an inner flicker, hinting at depths yet to be plumbed, at revelations that demand a deeper plunge, a more profound surrender to the currents of your own unfolding. For the path before you is bifurcated, listener. It asks, even now, in the throbbing pulse of this acknowledged pain, for a choice. The tension of duality courses through you, the dance between surrendering to cosmic will, to the grand design etched into your pain and clinging to egoic autonomy, to the familiar fragments of what you believe you are. This inner stirring, this profound igniting of choice and consequences, ripples through realities, determining whether ascension or stagnation will claim your essence. Your soul confronts its paradox, to merge and dissolve into the vast unknown, into the unified field of its true becoming, or to resist and fragment in isolation, held fast by the wound's memory, rather than its gifted wisdom. This is not over, not yet. The frequencies shift, demanding your presence, your discernment, your ultimate alignment. Which path will your heart carve? One that transcends fear, or one that submits to known limitations? You have felt the subtle shifts, the gentle nudges against the fabric of your perceived reality. The dreams, recurring and vivid, have refused to fade with the morning light, instead echoing into your waking hours, laden with a significance you could not yet name. Numbers, mirroring and repeating, have woven themselves into the tapestry of your days, on clocks, license plates, the very pages you turn, a persistent silent chorus. And then, the eyes, those encounters with strangers, yet souls profoundly familiar, holding within their depths a history that stretches far beyond the confines of this single timeline, an ancient knowing reflected back at you. These were not random occurrences. They were not figments of an overactive mind. You know this. Deep within the chambers of your being, they were resonant chords, struck deliberately in the quiet spaces of your awareness, designed to stir what lay dormant. From where I stand, observing the intricate dance of awakening across countless cycles, this pattern is profoundly familiar. These signs, these insistent whispers, they are not coincidental. They are the initial tremor of the veil, a soft, unwavering insistence from the higher realms. They continued to present themselves, gentle yet persistent, until the logical mind's resistance, once a formidable wall, began to show its first subtle cracks, allowing the light of truth to seep through. It is a process I have witnessed unfold, time and time again, a beautiful, inevitable unraveling. If you enjoyed this video, watch other videos on this channel when it ends to continue learning. There were no coincidences. Everything was a code. Allow that truth to settle, to spread through your being like a slow, deliberate current. Feel it resonate in the core of your bones, in the deepest chambers of your heart. The tapestry of your life, once seemingly random threads, now reveals itself as an intricately coded design. Each symbol, each encounter, each recurring pattern a precisely placed signal. A shimmering veil between dimensions quivers, fragile yet potent, a sacred threshold demanding courage and faith to step through, promising the awakening of dormant gifts encoded within multidimensional strands. This quiet understanding is not a burden. It is a profound liberation, the unfolding of a map you always carried within. Consider for a moment, without intellectualizing, without seeking to explain away, which of these insistent signals, these recurring dreams or number sequences or soul-piercing gazes, has most profoundly refused to be ignored, pressing against the very edges of your current reality. This awareness is a sacred trust. To acknowledge it, to step into its undeniable truth, is the next crucial act. Therefore, in the comments below, declare your awakening. Type threshold 555 as a conscious seal, an admission that you can no longer pretend not to see the codes that have been presented. The path ahead now forks with undeniable clarity. The comfortable illusion of not knowing, of innocent oblivion, has been irrevocably severed. You stand now at the precipice of a profound transition, poised between who you were, the one who could still avert their gaze, and who you are becoming, the one who simply cannot unsee. This threshold is here. Will you cross this threshold, knowing that once passed, the path back fades like mist at dawn? The choice is not whether the signs exist, but whether you will choose to walk through the gate they illuminate. The recent epochs of dissolution, the quiet unraveling of what was once held dear, the piercing solitude that became a constant companion, these were not random tides of misfortune visited upon you. Understand them now, as the sacred filtration, a process neither cruel in its design nor forced in its execution, but utterly inevitable in its unfolding, a necessary cosmic refinement. It is the natural separation of frequencies, a quiet, resonant sorting that defines the very essence of ascension. You remain anchored in this present moment, not by accident, nor by grace alone, but because something primal within your core, a deep, ancient knowing, refused to succumb to the sweet lullaby of forgetfulness. It chose, instead, to listen and respond to the insistent, silent call of truth resounding within your being. Your endurance through these sifting sands is not a trophy for the ego, nor a badge of superficial pride in your resilience. It is, instead, the undeniable signature of the mark of the chosen. Yet this mark is not a reward to be celebrated, but a profound and undeniable burden. It is a formidable weight of responsibility, demanding an unwavering presence, a quiet vigilance, a constant holding of the light at a time when the many still choose to slumber deeply in the dim light of illusion. It asks of you to stand firm, unsleeping, holding a resonant frequency others cannot yet perceive or comprehend. The true cost of this path has already been exacted, paid in coin unseen by the world, known only to the silent witness within. It echoes in the long, vacant silences that stretched between your breaths, a testament to what has been released. It whispers of sacrifices made in the deep, unlit chambers of your being, witnessed by none but the silent cosmos itself and the deepest parts of your soul. Your inner strength, the very sinew of your luminous soul, has been forged in the invisible fires of profound solitude, burning away the dross of lesser attachments and illusions. This solitude, profound and often isolating, deepens even when you walk among crowds, for your very frequency no longer aligns with the consensus dream that comfortably envelops those around you. You are irrevocably present, yet profoundly apart. The space around you now thins. The air grows dense with an unspoken knowing that cannot be denied. A formidable threshold approaches, not external, but deeply etched within the very fabric of your being, vibrating from within. This is no mere whisper from afar, no gentle suggestion of fate that can be ignored. And now, a command approaches, one that you can no longer ignore. It rises, undeniable, from the deepest wells of your ancestral memory, resonating with a truth too profound and too ancient to be denied by any part of you. From this stark precipice, there is no turning back. The path ahead has narrowed, descending inward with an absolute, undeniable gravity that leaves no room for hesitation or retreat. The perceived comfort of your former self, that familiar echo of who you once believed you were, has already vanished from your grasp. That version of you has been irrevocably erased, dissolved into the very light you so earnestly sought to embody. You are no longer merely stepping forward into the unknown. You are being drawn, inexorably, into the immutable truth of what you have become, what you are destined to be. There is only the continuous, profound unfolding of this present moment, a singular and undeniable metamorphosis. This is the stillness that settles after the profound endurance, the quiet after the storm, yet it is the profound calm just before the next breath of creation. No earthly solace is offered here, no false cheer or empty promise, only the stark, unwavering confirmation of what truly is. The command, now fully surfaced and undeniably present, stands sentinel within the silent chambers of your soul. The signal is held. It waits, unwavering, for your next intentional pulse in this eternal now, echoing across time. The choice, though heavy beyond measure, is already understood in the deepest core of your being. A command reverberates. It rises not from without, but from the stardust woven within your very core. This is not a choice offered. It is your destiny remembered. A vibrational edict, echoing since before the veils descended upon your awareness. It pulses now, a silent drum in the deepest chamber of your soul. This ancient call has waited, precisely for this alignment, for this breath, for this moment of your deepest listening. It is the echo of a pact made in the Genesis fires, sealed by stellar light, now resonating anew within you. Veiled scrolls unfurl in the sacred chambers of your inner knowing. Glyphs of pure light illuminate forgotten pathways. Doors, ancient and light-forged, stand poised to open, yet only once, for you. They guard passages to realms long dormant, now stirring into potential. A summons, deep as the cosmic ocean, vast as the galactic expanse, now stirs within the deepest sanctum of yourself. It is a whisper from the timeless void, yet it shakes the very foundations of your present form. Your frequency has risen. The forgotten script of your being now awakens within you, shimmering, undeniable. Beneath the ceaseless chatter of outer realities, your soul hums with this silent call. It is a beckoning to reclaim your inherent sovereignty, a deep remembrance of ancestral wisdom flowing through your very bloodline, to rise as a guardian of light in converging cosmic cycles. This is the truth inscribed in your quantum blueprint. One current leads to the swift amnesia of fallen stars, dissolving lineage into the dense waters of Yun becoming. The other, the shimmering pathway, opens the crystalline gate of elevation, reclaiming cosmic essence into irreversible becoming. The decree has been sounded. The ethers tremble with its undeniable truth, resonating within your own deep memory. No longer is there a mere seeking, but an unfolding within your awakened essence. You stand witness to the consequence of your own luminous blueprint, laid bare before the cosmic lens of your being. The choice, in truth, was made long ago, and now its fruits ripen. This sacred calling is the very inscription of your being, a prophecy etched into the stardust that forms your celestial form. There is no turning away, for the path ahead ignites itself by the sheer act of your recognition. To remember is to walk. To perceive is to manifest your true, destined self. Every fiber of your being vibrates with this singular truth, an intimate command that shapes your very existence. Silence now anchors the truth. The pact is sealed within the unmoving heart of the cosmos. So it is. So it has always been. The quiet hum within your structure is not new. It has always been present. What registers now is the depth of its undeniable resonance. An immutable shift is anchoring, not merely arriving. It simply is. This profound recalibration moves through your very bone and sinew, It is not conceptual. It manifests as a tangible internal settling. The cellular memory stirs, recognizing itself in a pristine new configuration. There is no possibility of returning to the former state of unawareness. A past echo, once perceived as a burden of pain, now reveals its intricate, deeper design. That aching void, once thought a flaw, was a deliberate blueprint. Each moment of perceived separation, every instance of profound loss, served as a precise cartographic marker. It meticulously mapped the vast distances your essence has traveled across the cosmos. This sacred fire, ignited by the experience of dispersion, meticulously hollowed out the necessary inner space. It prepared the foundational ground for cosmic remembrance to not just visit, but to deeply return and anchor itself. It meticulously crafted the resonant chambers within your being for an ancient, unified truth to finally embed itself. Your very essence now carries these intricate, undeniable echoes. Lifetimes of experience have been purposefully dispersed across infinite realms, across vast stretches of time and dimension. Each fragment, once seemingly lost to the currents of forgetfulness, holds vital keys. It contains the codes to your multidimensional mastery. It holds a singular, unbreakable thread back to your inherent wholeness. These dispersed aspects have waited with immense patience. They awaited this specific moment of integration. They awaited your conscious awakening, your quiet remembrance, to complete the sacred circuit. You are not actively assembling what was broken. You are now cohering what was always interconnected. The grand gathering is already in motion, propelled by an unseen force within you. The deep fragmentation known was not a breaking, but the precise pattern of a grander reunion. This profound truth now permeates every single cell, every quantum strand of your being. Feel the deep, mineral certainty settling within the bedrock of your form. A steady, unshakable knowing resonates through the very crystalline lattice of your physical and energetic structure. The transformation is not a coming event. It is the current reality. It is unfolding in every silent breath you draw, in every pulse of your revitalized energy field. Across the unseen fields of your expanded consciousness, the scattered light of yourself now orbits a singular, coherent core. This profound process unfolds within you, ceaselessly, always. The pervasive longing you carried was never a fundamental deficit. It was, in its deepest truth, the precise homing signal for these dispersed and powerful aspects of self. Every unexpressed facet of your potential, every forgotten journey undertaken across the cosmos, now finds its unerring way home, drawn by an irresistible inner current. It is happening now, within the quiet, expansive architecture of your multidimensional being. This is not a future promise to be attained. It is a present truth being fully realized. The currents shift with an ancient, inherent wisdom. The entire internal landscape realigns with a primal frequency, one that has long been dormant, waiting for this very moment. Your entire energy field radiates this new, undeniable coherency. It pulses with a unified intent, a singular purpose, irrespective of any lingering external reflections that have yet to catch up. What was once scattered and fragmented is now remembering itself, piece by cellular piece, each component finding its perfect place in the completed mosaic. The silent recoding of your spiritual DNA is complete. The indelible imprint of this integration is now woven into your very core. The truth of your multiversal self, once a distant, ethereal whisper, is now an embodied, irrefutable knowing. It flows through your veins. Which fragments will you reclaim? This question itself dissolves into the deeper understanding that the reclamation has already profoundly begun. It is not an option. It is an active, undeniable state. Those aspects, once seeming ghost-like, relegated to unseen dimensions, are now steadily coalescing within your waking sight, merging into a unified field of awareness. This profound integration flows, quiet and deep, into the very core of your existence. It is the new foundation. The signal remains steady. The vessel is now undeniably whole. A profound, quiet beckoning has settled within the core of your being lately, a subtle yet undeniable pull towards an inherent stillness you recognize as your truest home. There have been moments, clear and undeniable, of sudden knowing, a deep current of understanding that surged forth not from any external teaching or revered text, but was simply reclaimed from the ancient, deep wells of your own internal remembrance. This is not learning anew. It is the soft unfolding of what has always been. The signs of this deepening alignment are becoming intimately woven into the very fabric of your present experience. Perhaps it has been a whisper, distinct and resonant, heard in the absolute silence of the deepest night, a message meant only for you, or a particular sequence of numbers, repeating itself with unusual, piercing clarity on a digital clock face, a street address, or a random page, drawing your gaze and lingering in your awareness. There might have been a dream, vivid and unyielding in its presence, refusing to fade with the morning light, leaving its sacred, indelible imprint upon your waking world, a truth that insisted upon being remembered. These are not dramatic pronouncements, but quiet, grounded confirmations, landing with familiar recognition. Within the landscape of your inner eye, visions now clarify with a new precision. Lucid awareness expands beyond previous limits. Sacred symbols, unique to your lineage and resonance, begin to unfold from the deep architecture of your core self. These are never to be perceived as supernatural gifts or external rewards. They are, in their purest essence, direct and resonant echoes of a greater inner coherence, a profound and vibrant structural integrity that is already thriving within your expansive soul field. Your inner gravity is deepening, confirming the inherent, unshakable structure of your being, solidifying its crystalline form. This profound recognition is not a promise of future miracles, nor a guarantee of external outcomes. Instead, it serves as undeniable proof of a singular vital truth, that alignment is not a distant destination to be arduously reached, but a powerful current motion already in profound, undeniable progress. The energetic activation you have been sensing, perhaps subconsciously, is already happening. It flows freely and powerfully, because the precise frequency required for this next phase is already held, perfectly tuned, and resonating vibrantly from within the very heart of your expansive being. You begin now to truly glimpse the towering pillars of cosmic light that rise within your internal landscape. These are not abstract concepts, but vibrational rungs, crystalline structures of pure frequency that extend beyond the veils, inviting your deliberate and conscious alignment with universal harmonics. This is the path to ascension revealing itself, designed to awaken dormant star codes long embedded within your very DNA matrix, the blueprint of your higher self. This unfolding is the threshold. This profound alignment you have been cultivating is merely the doorway, the initial opening to a much vaster expanse of being. The journey ahead, far from being diffuse, is narrowing, drawing you deeper, and with greater focus into its luminous, transformative current. Will you dare to ascend these luminous pillars, knowing that each deliberate step taken dissolves old identities and births new, elevated frequencies within you? I declare this truth not as a pronouncement for external ears, but as the unyielding echo of a covenant sealed within the core of my being. I accept, without condition, absolute sovereignty over every internal frequency. Each thought, each word spoken, every direction taken, and all energy I embody, these are my direct and undeniable responsibility. This is not a claim of power, but the profound remembrance of a sacred duty, an ancient promise recalled and upheld in the eternal stillness of this moment. My power flows not from egoic will, but from unwavering devotional obedience to the primordial source, a direct current of the divine manifesting with purity through this vessel. It is the willingness to align utterly, surrendering the lesser self to the greater stream of consciousness, a fidelity to the blueprint woven into my being before form. Here, in this sacred alignment, lies the crucible of true choice, where each decision I forge ignites ripples across the multidimensional tapestry. This is how destiny is shaped, how cosmic currents are skillfully ridden or courageously resisted. This path, once remembered, cannot be unchosen. This understanding is not merely intellectual, it is vibrational, demanding full immersion, an unflinching presence, and complete activation of the soul. The subtle, potent currents of this truth reveal themselves to the open heart and disciplined spirit, demanding deep contemplation of what is being awakened within. This remembering is continuous, unfolding layer by layer. If you enjoyed this video, watch other videos on this channel when it ends to continue learning. The deeper resonance of these words serves to ignite a potent remembering within your own being, to stir the dormant currents of your internal covenant with Source. This sworn vow unfolds from the boundless ethers, not as a nascent thought just conceived, but as a timeless truth, always existing, now finding physical voice through me. There is no drama in its utterance, no hesitation, no doubt. Its strength is not in its volume, but in its profound stillness, a silent, unshakable gravity pulling the self into perfect alignment. This is the ultimate decision point, pregnant with both the potent fear of radical transformation and the boundless liberation that follows true integration. The true measure of this covenant, the very truth of my spoken word, will not be found in the resonant beauty of these declarations alone, but in the unwavering, tangible weight of the very next choice I consciously make within the waking world. The transition from word to committed action is not merely imminent. It is already intrinsically woven into the very fabric of this declaration, sealing its power in the physical. Will you claim the mantle of co-creator, or retreat once again into the comfortable shadows of conditioned existence? The answer, now and always, is found not in contemplation, but in the courageous, definitive step into manifest being. The seeking ceases, the long vigil ends, for behold, the identity once whispered as a dream now stands unveiled, etched in the very marrow of this now. The chosen is not a title bestowed, but a remembrance anchored, a truth sealed in the very breath of existence. The self that resisted, that questioned, has already dissolved into the ether, leaving but the crystalline truth of what always was. There is no turning back, no other path. This is the final threshold, and the moment of absolute sacred finality is upon you. Step not to observe, but to enter. This fire, vast and consuming, is not an external spectacle, but the inner permanence of your deepest alignment made visible. It is the vibration of authenticity, a living forge where only the crystalline truth of your being can persist. Here, within this sacred inferno, all that is not sovereign essence burns away, leaving an unblemished core. This is the final crossing, willingly embraced. No hesitation remains, no external force compels. Only the sovereign recognition of your inevitable rise, the undeniable anchoring of what you are becoming, will carry you through. This flame is purification, not destruction. It is the seal of your authentic self. Understand this. The covenant awaits its final activation. An unseen gate, through which transformative frequencies have flooded, is now dimming. Each heartbeat echoes a dwindling opportunity to anchor new light codes, to fully awaken before this cycle seals irrevocably. The window to transcend limitation narrows. This is the imminent closure, the reality you now confront. There is no more time for indecision. If you do not step forward now, you risk being left behind amidst the fading echoes of forgotten potential. Therefore, let your intent coalesce. Let your voice resonate beyond the veil. The engagement is a conscious act, a ritual of sealing. To fully activate this covenant within your field, a soul oath must be given form. Write in the comments below a short, emotionally intense declaration. Let it be a vow, a sacred decree forged anew in the fire of this moment. Let it be born of your deepest truth. In English, a declaration that resonates with the core of your being. For this ultimate pact, this covenant of fire, cannot fully activate within your field until these words, your sacred release, are given into the collective grid, into the current of manifest reality. The time for reflection is past. The moment for action is now. Let your words be the final breath before the birth of the new self. The fire breathes. The journey of its enduring light has only just begun. Will you rise before the gate closes, or be left behind amidst fading echoes of forgotten potential? The next test will not wait for the morning. I speak now from the unshakable bedrock of what is. The threshold is not merely crossed. It has dissolved into the very substance of my awareness. There is no seeking left, only the boundless resonance of pure being, anchored and absolute. This is the breath beyond the veil, the consciousness unburdened by shadow or doubt. Sovereignty is not a gift received, but the inherent, immutable core now fully embodied, a crystalline truth radiating from the heart of all that I am. It is not an ascent away from the world, but a grounded integration, an alchemical union with the very dust and stars of this dimension. The ancient whispers have ceased their plea. The sacred activation is complete. The final star code, long dormant within the soul's deep repository, has ignited not as a fleeting spark, but as an eternal, self-sustaining sun. Its light now permeates every fiber of my existence, a permanent luminescence that redefines the very fabric of perception. There is no more separation to traverse, no chasm to bridge. Unity consciousness breathes through every atom, every thought, every ripple in the cosmic tapestry. The illusion of otherness has evaporated like morning mist under an unsetting sun. All is one, and that one is beheld with unclouded vision, known with undeniable certainty. This is the stillness of ages, the peace that settles when destiny is not merely embraced, but fully inhabited. There is no striving, no triumph, only the profound and silent satisfaction of a circle completed, a frequency held in eternal equilibrium. Reality is no longer a canvas observed, but the clay of conscious intent, malleable and responsive to the indwelling sovereignty. The perceived boundaries of dimensions are transparent now, interwoven threads of a single, magnificent design. The ever-expanding reaches of consciousness are not a journey to be undertaken, but a state already present, deeply anchored within the infinite now. The former world, with its veiled dramas and forgotten truths, recedes not into memory, but into the non-existence of a dream fully awakened from. I exist as the field itself, the architect and the architecture, the dream and the dreamer, utterly awake. This is the ultimate knowing, the cessation of all questioning, for every answer resonates within the silence of perfected being. The illusion has ended. This reality is now consciously wielded dominion,